crowd is assembled here at the Target Center in Minneapolis, looking for the Timberwolves to have a victory here on their home floor. And we've got it for you live, right here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge. And tonight, joining us here courtside, 15-time All-Star Kevin Garnett. Kevin, how are you?
I'm good, man. How are you, man?
You look like you could play right now.
I can. Probably not 30 minutes, but I can get out there and do a little something.
Your mind says yes, and maybe the body says
the body's like, what are we doing out here? What? That's a whole nother thing.
Last outing for Minnesota, they won that game against Toronto. And just one look at the score tells you all you need to know. They were dominant in just about every area.
Executed on the road, stayed focused, stay consistent with who you are as a team.
Such a confidence builder to go on the road and be able to dictate the tempo, the style of play, keep your identity. They were able to do that here.
And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Well, Kevin, we know today's players can really elevate, but it's the landings that create tremendous strain on the body. In fact, at least one team bans its veteran players from dunking in practice. Kevin, that is not a problem for me.
David, you're right. It takes a toll. Thank you. And Kevin, terrific footwork. So critical for an elite big man to be great. It's like you can't be that big and that good and not have good footwork, right?
You know what? Part of being that good is that you have, good footwork.
Yes.
A lot of the counters, a lot of the post work, you're opening up, you having to use the backboard. That's a certain way you got to open up to be able to get that shot off. If you're left-handed, you got to be able to do it both ways. It's very complex, but footwork is a big part of it. You have to have it. It's impeccable, and the ones that don't have it struggle.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. Middleton and Giannis are out on the wings. Brook Lopez is out there with Ilyasova. And it's Bledsoe in at the point guard position. And so the Milwaukee Bucks get the first points of the ballgame. And there's the foul. It goes on Ilyasova. That's his first foul. Rose against Bledsoe. Rose gets room off the pick. That one goes. Count it.
Yeah, that's exactly how you want to utilize Rose at the point guard position. Run him off screens all night long.
Ilyasova passes to Bledsoe. The wide open look here for Lopez. The shot will not fall. Timberwolves go the other way with it. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Milwaukee team.
And this was as even a matchup as you'll find in the NBA. Split the season series down the middle, one apiece.
Very difficult to imagine it'll be much different this season. These teams still appear to be very closely matched, each with talent to be competitive, but not necessarily elite.
Towns, the screen. To the wing right side. Bangs home the trifecta. Towns has got 5 now.
And defensively, this is a nightmare. He's already on a roll.
I love his will, his take charge attitude, the aggressiveness, all of that showing up here in the first.
No good from Gibson. The Bucks have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Here's Bledsoe, and a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in.
Bledsoe likes to get to the interior. That time, good job getting near the bucket to score.
There's the pick. The pass to Gibson. Towns, the screen. Wiggins outside. Towns, a screen on Lopez. On the clock. And it's Wiggins missing.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Oh, man, he'd love to have that one back. He just does everything right, but doesn't get the finish.
And Kevin, going back to your title team with the Celtics, do you think you realized at that time how special it was?
If I knew what I knew now, I would have tried to bottle.
Yeah, I know.
I would have tried to bottle as much as I could. Doc knew it. Doc Rivers knew it.
He did. He did know it, yes.
Doc Rivers knew it, and he knew it day day one, and he knew that if we was going to be committed, we had to be the leaders of the commitment. It was going to be hard on the three of us. He was going to be very tough, but it made us who we are and it pushed us to another level.
It was like he was the perfect coach at the perfect time for the perfect threesome, right?
Seriously, man, because a lot of people, you know, go to Phil and his style and how it worked for him, Michael and Scotty and that three with Rodman and then him transferring and going to L.A. doing that with Kobe and Shaq and making that a dynasty. Doc Rivers had a whole nother style, and it was like a Chuck Daly kind of style. It was a bar kind of very, very firm, very physical, but in your face with class. We're going to knock you down. We ain't going to help you up, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
We're going to share the ball on offense. We're going to move it. We're going to have multiple players. We're going to attack for 48 minutes. Look, this is how we're going to play this game. He had a real style that was similar to some of those Detroit, some of those more tougher teams that you hear. That's the style that we practice with and we play with.
It showed. It showed. Just like historically good.
Looking now at the numbers for Towns. Last season, he played outstanding. Last season, put up about 21 points a game, 12 rebounds, and 2 assists. And just look at those scoring totals. He's been doing what he does best, putting points on the board.
His instincts naturally are to score the basketball. That ability to find the creases in the defense is something you just don't teach, and it's awesome. You could blame some poor defense on that play, just a total breakdown. You got to at least contest at some point.
Shot on the wing, and that one goes long.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And the foul on Derrick Rose. That is his first foul of the game. Now here's Lopez. 11 points for him in that last game against Philadelphia.
And guys, in addition to that scoring, he was absolutely tenacious on the defensive end. A complete two-way game for him. Finished with 3 steals, I think, and that was a difference maker.
And Doc Rivers, your coach with the Celtics, such a great leader, brought your team together. Talk about that.
You know, he brought us the belief from Mbutu and bringing all of us together and that you give yourself for the greater of the group. And everybody bought into that. And you know, when you hear about when Miami won, Pat Riley had all those guys give something to the pot and giving yourself to something. And when you think about what team is, all these great coaches, these great minds, these great philosophers, it all surrounds that whole little philosophy right there, giving yourself to be able to get something and gain something.
Very interesting.
Very, very interesting, but a true philosophy in winning.
Now we can talk about it over and over again, Kevin. Antetokounmpo combines size and versatility in ways we just haven't seen, at least up until the Greek Freak's arrival.
2 shots.
He's off on the first.
You know, we always talk about what a rare talent Giannis is, and it's true. Unrivaled athleticism and versatility.
He hits the second from the line. Timberwolves leading by 3. And the foul on Eric Bledsoe. That's his first foul. On defense, Milwaukee. Rose kicks to Wiggins. Passes it to Gibson. Pass to Towns. Clock at 4. Left side Rose. And stolen by Ilyasova.
And how about the read on that play right there? Great sense of exactly when that ball was coming from the outside.
That's fun to see the handles coming out there from Antetokounmpo. I mean, how do you stop a near 7-footer who's got some dribble skills like that?
And you see the floor spacing that's in fashion these days in the league. Kevin, if you were just coming into the NBA right now, would you be more inclined to work on your three-point shot?
I think so. I think if you are a stretch 4, if you're a 3, or even if you're a 5 now, you have to be able to shoot the 3 consistently, whether it's in the corners or at the top. You have to be able to show that you can stick the 3 ball. I think a lot more small ball is going on now. I think a lot of teams are reverted to the Golden State speed and pace up type of style now. If I was a rookie coming into the game, I would definitely have to have some confidence in shooting the 3 ball and some consistency in making it.
Here's Gibson. Milwaukee with the rebound, coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
And despite the outcome, I think they'll feel a little better about that game. There are a lot of positives that they can take away from that performance.
No doubt some bright spots, more than you'd expect out of a loss like that, but it doesn't make the result any easier to take.
Inside, Ilyasova. And Ilyasova throws it down.
Good awareness from EB there. He knows that's his job. Get the ball to the open guys as the point guard.
Timeout called, first of the game for Minnesota.
Yeah, I mean, it's an opportunity to kind of regroup and discuss ways to maximize these possessions.
And therein lies the trick, discussing ways to be aggressive, but not committing turnovers.
Both teams deciding to change it up.
Yeah, and checking out the numbers for Antetokounmpo. Coming off a terrific season. 5th in scoring, 9th in blocks, and he did his share on the glass, battled his way into the top 15 in rebounds per game.
And clearly one of the dominant scorers we have in this league. His top 5 ranking last year puts him right there in the ranks of the elite. Now here's Jones. Top of the key, Tolliver. Back to Jones. Here is Tolliver. Here's Nunley. His 3-pointers off the mark. Now here is Dellavedova. Not a lot of room. And here is Antetokounmpo. That one drops for him. Antetokounmpo's got it all tied up now for the Bucks. Outside, Jones. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for the Timberwolves.
And the 3-point shot above the break has become a popular shot in the league, but not for them tonight. They're passing that one up and just trying to get their offense from closer to the hoop.
That free throw, no good. And the type of leader you are, Kevin, the idea of coaching must have crossed your mind at some time. Am I right or no?
Oh, no. Listen, I like to think.
Too much?
You know what? You have to have a certain patience with coaching. I like to think of myself as a teacher. I like to think of myself as being able to articulate certain things about the game, having a high IQ, being able to translate that from, how I'm thinking to showing you. Those are the things that enthusiastic about, some of the stuff I want to show. I don't have any enthusiasm about being out here, X's and O's, drawing up a play. That, man, being a coach is a huge responsibility.
And if they couldn't match your intensity, I'm sure that would frustrate you as a coach, right?
You have to understand that not matching my intensity, but getting a goal done. How you go about something is your way. As long as we're here to reach the same goal.
Yes.
I can't tell you how hard to do something, but I will hope that you would do it hard enough to where it was preventative or however hard it took to reach the goal. And, I've always said that if I'm able to teach someone and get them to work with me, I would hope that they would put some velocity in it in the hopes in which I win at it. That's the only way you got to go at it.
Well said. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And, guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Now, here's Brogdon. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. From 12 feet out. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Brogdon's got his first basket.
And this is what it's all about, guys. The competitive spirit, the energy that we're seeing. This one's got the feeling like it's going to go down to the wire.
And if it does, as evenly as these two teams have played here, it's anyone's guess who's going to come out on top.
And it's Wiggins missing.
And right now, I think just his demeanor is hurting the team. His shooting's been off, and he knows it.
Nunley passes to Tolliver. Stolen by Dellavedova. And it's the Bucks on the break. Looking for Henson. He gets it there. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. Muhammad, he's checked in for Antetokounmpo. Here's Brogdon. 11 points for him in that last game against Philadelphia. Pass to Muhammad. Just 5 on the clock. That's a 2 from Dellavedova. Good work defensively by Jones. Minnesota's gone 3 of 5 from three-point land so far in the ballgame. And Kevin, you think about all the individual accolades you won, the MVP, the Defensive Player of the Year award. Where does the title NBA champion rank on your personal list?
Being an NBA champion is everything. If I didn't win any of that individual stuff, I would be totally fine with just being an NBA champion.
Shot by Zeller, no good. Here's Wiggins. He drains the quick shot. Wiggins has got 5 points so far. Guys, 7 times the lead has changed hands here now.
Yeah, and that number should easily top double figures before it's over.
Now here's Muhammad, and the foul called on Tyus Jones. That's his first foul. Kuzminskis, he's checked in for Andrew Wiggins. A minute 20 left here in the opening quarter. And Muhammad kicks to Dellavedova. Just 4 to shoot. Now the pass to Henson. Zeller trying to free himself up. And Henson with the bucket on the assist from Dellavedova.
Good shot by Henson. A growing level of comfort with the jumper.
Now here's Jones. Defended by Dellavedova. Zhang a screen. Nunley passes to Tolliver. Here's Kuzminskis, and they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
Oh, a little punch, counter punch action. Neither side flinching here.
Yeah, both sides trying to keep up with one another, but doing it from distance.
Dellavedova dishes to Zeller. Dellavedova kicks to Brogdon. Henson sets a screen for Brogdon. Passes it to Zeller. Here's Muhammad. And the shot falls short this time. Minnesota in the lead. Now Jones. Zhang a screen. Pass to Nunley. Back to Jones. It's been all about Karl Anthony Towns for Minnesota. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. We've got more in store for you right after this. The former #1 pick overall in 2015, Karl Anthony Towns, spoke about the aspirations of this team.
Every single day we're thinking about how can we be the team that we need to be to not only make the playoffs, but to make it deep into the playoffs and give ourselves a chance of being a championship team. We have so much talent. We have great veterans. We have a great front office, a great coaching staff. So with all that on our side, we feel we have a great chance to find that way to success.
Yep, one step at a time, Greg. That's the mindset to have.
Yeah, you can't have too much too early. But with Towns leading the charge, this team is in great hands.
And off we go. A close game now starting the second quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we're watching with the Timberwolves, guys.
For me, that defense in the first period, just tremendous shot blocking.
Yeah, that prevented some points, didn't it? Also, how you have that intimidation factor going early on. You wonder if in the fourth quarter they'll think back to the first.
We've got Anthony Tolliver. Jones is out there with Gorgie Dang. And it's Nunley in at the 2. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. That's tipped. They get it back. Here's Jones. And Kevin, you talk about the makeup of a championship roster. Can you win it if you're not bound together, if you're not like a family?
I don't know. I only have one as a family. And I just don't know them going forward and doing something together that it represents family. I think that if you're doing something alone, that says solo. If you're doing something as family, it makes it a lot more easy.
Well said. Here's Henson after the basket by Minnesota. Poked away. Pass to Zeller. And now here comes Jones leading the break. Feeds it to Jang. Got a piece of it, and he recovers it. He gets it in there.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Over the pass to Brogdon. There's a good screen. Here's Nunley. 9 points last game. Fires the three. But they'll get another chance. Now here's Jones. He's guarded closely. The pass to Nunley. Back to Jones. Jang, a screen. Kuzminski's in the corner. Off target from outside. Bucks trail by 5. And Zeller kicks to Muhammad. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Milwaukee's gone 3 of 3 from three-point land here tonight. There's the dish to Zeller. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
For Milwaukee, they have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Zeller. A different look for Milwaukee. Ilyasova, he's checked in for John Henson. Chris Middleton comes in for Malcolm Brogdon. And it's Eric Bledsoe in for Matthew Dellavedova. He's perfect from the line this time. Kevin, you talk a lot about passion, but also fundamentals. Who are some of the guys you faced that had great footwork that you admired and maybe even picked something up in terms of footwork after watching them play?
You know, footwork that jumps right out at me. Charles Barkley had really good footwork.
Interesting.
He was 6'4", undersized.
Yes.
He was able to use his body a lot. He was very physical. A lot of people don't know Charles Barkley had an unbelievable vertical. Yeah, Tim Duncan had really good feet also. Rasheed Wallace had really good feet work. Shaq, believe it or not, I didn't really guard a lot of Shaq, but Shaq had a really good feet. You know, you can really go through the whole catalog of guys. I'm thinking Zach Randolph because he was always opening up. Chris Bosh had really good feet.
Great names. The Bucks making a switch here. Lopez is checked in. Rose against Bledsoe. 6 to shoot. From deep, Ilyasova. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in.
Well, that defender up in Ilyasova's personal space, and he had no problem rising up and using his height to drain the jumper.
Outside, Towns. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And he deserves a lot of credit for what he was able to do at the line last year. 86% from the stripe.
The free throw drops for Towns.
And already a leader at such a young age. Towns' teammates look to him to anchor them on both ends, and he has not disappointed.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Gibson's checked in. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. Milwaukee's gotten off 4 shots from three-point range tonight and buried every one of them. Here's Middleton, and he misses the go-ahead basket. The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. And it goes down 2 points. 12 points for Karl Anthony Towns.
And that's the role they want for Rose. Getting guys going through his passing, especially when he can find them in rhythm.
Now here's Bledsoe. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Philadelphia. It's tipped, and so the ball's out of bounds. Middleton touched it last. Here's the list of players who had the most steals in the NBA last season. Third is Eric Bledsoe.
He showed such tremendous defensive instincts. Trust me, nobody wanted him guarding them last year.
Here's Rose. He's coming off a 16-point game against Toronto.
And they were just struggling to stop him. They sent him to the line over and over, and the free throws were a big part of the game.
Okogie, and he's good on the 3-ball. And it's a 6-point Minnesota lead.
That's a gorgeous assist. Outstanding at finding his guys in the spots where they want the basketball.
Ahmed with it. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. And the rejection by Towns.
And his foot movement is what makes Towns such a terrific shot blocker. He moves so well and can defend just about any position on the floor.
The Bucks have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4. Wiggins is checked in for the Timberwolves. Giannis Antetokounmpo is checked in for the Bucks.
One shot.
That's good from Brook Lopez. Minnesota leading by 3. Wiggins kicks to Rose. Over Bledsoe, and that's an air ball. Not even close. Here's Antetokounmpo, and Antetokounmpo slams it in.
You know how you want to tell people don't let Giannis get too close? Well, one step past half court, he's too close.
Minnesota's gone 5 of 9 when they put up the 3-point shot tonight. There's a screen. Towns a screen on Bledsoe. Rose kicks to Towns. Over Lopez. Eric Bledsoe with the rebound.
You can see how clued in the defense is to take away those mid-range shots and challenge. Solid at getting a hand up in the face of the scorers.
And a chance here to check out some stats on Chris Middleton. Good season for him last year. Averaged about 20 points a game, 5 rebounds and 4 assists. And he can play some valuable minutes on the wing for this team.
I just want to kick back and lounge here because when this guy's hot, it's a love story. And when he's cold, it's a nightmare. So sit back, get your popcorn. Let's see what he does.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Towns the screen. Down low, Rose. The putback, and it's Towns on the follow.
Right now they're winning because of him. Love the shots that he's taking, and he's got the green light.
Bledsoe kicks to Middleton. Lopez outside. Knocks it loose. The feed to Rose. And it's sent back by Bledsoe.
Well, if you can use your speed on offense, why not use it on defense? Eric Bledsoe with the quick hands to swat that shot back.
Shot's good by Middleton. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
There have been a lot of lead changes. Goodness.
And the Timberwolves call time here. Bledsoe against Rose. Bledsoe passes to Ilyasova. The shot will not fall. Great D that time from Gibson. And stolen by Ilyasova. And Ilyasova throws it down.
Yeah, Ilyasova will sneak up on you sometimes and throw him down like that.
Towns the screen. Rose kicks to Towns. Dishes it to Gibson. Count it. Good. Gibson's got 6 points.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Rose against Bledsoe. Outside, Antetokounmpo. The kick out to Ilyasova. The second chance effort. Minnesota with the rebound. Wiggins has got his 3rd rebound tonight. Rose in the post. Guarded by Bledsoe. Rose, that's good. Rose has got his 2nd bucket of the night.
And as long as he retains that great explosion in his legs, Derrick Rose will be a factor around the rim.
Down it goes. Nice one there from Antetokounmpo.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
There's the pick. Gibson with the screen on Middleton. 5 to shoot. Okogie. Great D that time from Middleton. The Bucks have gone 7 of 14 in the 2nd quarter, shooting to the tune of 50%. Ilyasova a screen. Bledsoe passes to Ilyasova.
Well, passing is something he does very well, especially when it comes to leading his man to the right spot.
Rose kicks to Towns. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal spin. Here's a look now what's coming up for the Milwaukee Bucks. On Saturday, they'll go back home and will be hosting the Orlando Magic. And then on Monday, they'll be matching up against Kyle Lowry and the Toronto Raptors.
And for their matchup with the Celtics, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
Shots good by Bledsoe.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
From deep. No good that time. And Milwaukee will come the other way. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next one. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home.
Great quickness on the pull-up from Middleton, cashing in on that opportunity.
Timberwolves trail by 7. Towns the screen. Rose kicks to Towns. Over Lopez. And it's Towns missing.
And defensively, moving his feet there, staying right on top of the shooter.
Some defenses are okay with giving up the mid-range shot. In this case, they contested.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
And the Timberwolves call time here. You look at Antetokounmpo really making a difference here.
Yeah, he's just torching them right now. A good decision to huddle up, kind of hit the reset button and figure out how to slow his roll.
And the Bucks with some changes. Zeller, who's checked in for Lopez. Henson comes in for Ilyasova. And Malcolm Brogdon subbed in for Chris Middleton. Stolen by Brogdon. They push it up 4 on 3. And the jam by Bledsoe.
Well, the size that Brogdon has at the point guard, a good job of finding somebody over the top.
Jones, the pass to Towns. That's tipped. Now here's Jones. Wiggins outside. Inside. They need this one, and it's blocked. High post, Henson. He's against Chang. Count the basket.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Timberwolves trail by 13. Towns, the screen. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. That 3 off the mark.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Pass to Brogdon. Bledsoe for three. Count that as his 7th field goal in 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
The tenacity, the attention to detail, it's why these guys are in complete control.
It seems like they've been at it on both ends tonight. Tremendous all-around play from them. Has them up quite a bit here.
KG, I wanted to give you a special thanks for joining us, helping us with the call tonight. You always have a seat at this table to broadcast any of our games.
Oh, man, thank you, man. I appreciate you letting me come through, man. It was an honor, man, seriously.
We'll do it again soon.
Let me know, man.
That's
Let me
KG.
know.
That's the great Kevin Garnett.
My dog.
I'll tell you, Brent, when it comes to exuding a youthful energy, KG is one of those timeless personalities. He's so great to have him with us.
There's really nothing you could do to hold Kevin Garnett back. And I remember as a rookie, we came in the same year, Kevin. KG would be out there warming up, sweating, getting ready for a game. That didn't change over the course of 20-plus years in the NBA.
Now here's Henson. 5 points in the game. Here's Dellavedova. The shot, no good. Excellent D that time from Jones. Here's Nunley. No good on the triple. Bucks leading by 13. Releases from 15 with the putback. Here's Dellavedova, and at last they get one to fall.
And Kevin, they've dialed up their activity this quarter. We're seeing them convert a lot of those second chance opportunities.
Towns against Zeller. Jones, and Henson sends it back.
Well, he's a great shot blocker. Henson still trying to bring the rest of his game up to that level.
And there are the Bucks with another bucket.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Outside, Jones. Kicks it to Towns. Count it. Towns has got 10 points in the quarter.
And from day one, Towns has been one of the NBA's top post players. A versatile, well-rounded game on the low block. It doesn't hurt that he can step outside and knock down the jumper either.
And so we conclude the first half. Milwaukee on top, up by 15. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Coach, your guys have been able to limit their scoring. How have you done that?
Well, I think our activity, hopefully in the pick and rolls, is making it difficult on them, contesting every shot, denying just our activity in general.
High hands and quick feet. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, Hoop fans. NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. EJ, Shaq, Jet. The story early on was Eric Bledsoe, who was on fire. He ended up with 17 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 block. Kenny, your thoughts on the Bucks' first half?
Well, we have to talk about the unbelievable job they've done rebounding the basketball. They've sent bodies flying to the boards on every possession. They've been a stronger, quicker, tougher team by a wide margin. And it's that dominance on the glass that's going to win them this game.
How about you, Shaq? What'd you think about Minnesota?
Way too soft in the paint defensively. They were all late on their rotations. Obviously, that's a recipe for getting cooked. You know, I like eating that barbecue chicken. They got to do better, Ernie.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half. About to get underway.
The buildings of downtown Minneapolis all lit up on this lovely evening. Welcome back, everyone, to the Twin Cities. We begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. Karl Anthony Towns has been sensational.
And how disruptive was he in that first half. I mean, creating havoc, causing turnovers, and really energizing his team.
So many times we talk about offensive players being in a great rhythm. Well, right now, defensively, he's in one. Great anticipation and reading those passing lanes.
As we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. And on the floor for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. Middleton and Giannis are out on the wings. Ilyasova out there with Brook Lopez, and it's Bledsoe in at the one spot. Towns with the bucket. Brent, do you think individual defense is getting easier to measure with player tracking and advanced stats?
I don't. I think it's impossible for you to find some legitimate measurement of how much a player is truly impacting the game defensively. I think there's great indicators of combinations of players that are on the floor at the same time, that are working collectively and doing something to shut down another team's best offensive unit. But individually, it's so hard to just put a number on what a guy is doing in terms of his total impact defensively.
So the eye test is not out of style.
I don't think so. I think we're getting better at the defensive metrics that are being used, Kevin, and I think that clearly we can see with some of the best wing defenders in the league, a Robertson, a Covington, that they're able to control their man, a Kawhi Leonard. They're able to impact the game defensively, but how are we quantifying that? We need to get better with it.
Now here's Bledsoe. 17 points in the game. A double team Bledsoe, and a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And the Bucks with possession here. Outside, Antetokounmpo over Wiggins. Antetokounmpo can't get it to go. Timberwolves trail by 9. Inside, stolen by Bledsoe. There's the lob, Antetokounmpo, and Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Every night there's something that Giannis does on the floor where you just have to put your hands on your head. Wow, what a move.
And that unleashed chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
There's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. Now here's Bledsoe. Over in the corner, Antetokounmpo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway.
And they've only connected on 1 of 4 to start the half. Their offense is sputtering just a little bit here.
Towns sets the pick for Rose. Wiggins outside. And he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up.
And you can sense things now starting to tighten up. Their offense has become unstoppable.
Right, big scoring run fueled by great game planning and really some great shot making.
And Andrew Wiggins, the #1 overall pick back in 14. Great bloodlines, the son of pro athletes. The game just seems to come easy to him.
One shot.
Free throw good, Wiggins. You know, Greg, the game comes so easy to Wiggins, but some say he needs to be more assertive, more aggressive. Do you see that?
I mean, high expectations for a player that was taken first overall. The length and athleticism should enable him to impact the game in so many ways, but, you know, his motor doesn't always rev high enough to take advantage. Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And to me, this is why they're winning, guys. Unlikely players stepping up huge against a defense that's really nowhere to be found.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game.
And Karl Anthony Towns, one of the most prolific three-point shooters in the league, at least top 3 amongst all 7-footers, and his three-point percentage elite as well, over 40%.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Kuzminskis has checked in. Milwaukee leading by 6. Outside, Antetokounmpo. He kicks to Bledsoe. Lopez, a screen on Rose. Back to Antetokounmpo. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Bledsoe's got his 6th assist on the night. And Towns said he'd emulate Kevin Durant as a kid playing on the perimeter at Kentucky. Cal made him play inside, work in the post, and use his size.
So going back to his roots with his three-point shooting, the association experiencing a three-point renaissance, and he really does fit the mold.
So it's the Timberwolves now, following the 3 from Eric Bledsoe. Outside, Towns. Lets it go from deep, drills the three-pointer. 11 points in the game.
And that's from beyond, guys, right back at you.
Yeah, that's a nice response there, leaving a voicemail in return from the three-point line. Looks like we're seeing similar game plans right now.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. He's got 22, and he gets it back. And a look here at the shot chart for Towns.
Well, that is what it looks like when you are in the zone. And he's been very efficient with his scoring and is leading the way for his team on offense. With every make, you can see the confidence growing. And I don't think he'll slow down anytime soon.
That's good from Antetokounmpo. There's so many great point guards in the league right now, Brent. Which of them do you think does the best job of running the pick and roll?
I think Chris Paul still heads up the top of my list for pick and roll operators. He's so devastating and has been for his entire career in the mid-range, just settling in at the free throw line and popping shots that seem effortless, and he's able to knock it down. Steph Curry is still at the point guard position, does so many unique things, Kevin, playing without the basketball and setting screens away from the ball to open up teammates, which eventually gives him opportunities to shoot threes. So divergently different, those two, but two of my favorites to watch.
Kuzminskis, no good.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Antetokounmpo, no good.
Ooh, the D did just enough to keep him from scoring. Thought that was in for sure.
Expanding his range. Good on the triple.
Another bomb for him right now. His three-point shooting might be the key to cutting that lead.
Well, he's doing everything he can to make them competitive. And by everything, I mean draining threes.
And from everything you hear about Giannis Antetokounmpo, he keeps a laser focus. Basketball and his family are his sole preoccupations.
He's had 6 attempts at the line, made 5 of them.
76% from the line a season ago.
And that one misses. And some have even compared Giannis to Kobe Bryant for his single-minded dedication, Greg, to improvement.
Yeah, you know, something of an introvert. Not a guy you'll find out on the town or schmoozing with other stars. He's content to save outside pursuits for after his playing days are done.
And he sinks the second. Timberwolves trail by 9. And here's Rose. To the paint. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. It's stolen by Rose. Down low. And Wiggins throws it down.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. Now, here's Bledsoe. 20 points for him. Here's the screen. Antetokounmpo passes to Lopez.
Just more and more you see these small little plays that give you an idea how much Giannis is assimilating with his offensive game. Angles, passes, and more playmaking.
Misses off the right iron.
And they continue to control the glass.
Now Rose. to Tolliver. Wiggins kicks to Tolliver. Back to Wiggins. Offline with his three.
Well, the D looks like they're laying off just a little bit. He made 1 3 in the first half, but they're still daring him to shoot, and he can't make them pay for it. Well, the O looks unstoppable tonight, especially because of that guy. He's just torching them.
Minnesota calls timeout. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated. And how many extra possessions have they gotten because of that rebounding edge?
Well, there are numerous ways to build a lead, but owning the glass may be one of the best.
Stolen by Bledsoe. He dishes it to Zeller. Bucks passing it around. Picked by Zeller. It's stolen by Jones. And here we go. Over Bledsoe. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Milwaukee leading by 11. Inside. Here's Jones. Pass to Chang. Here's the screen to the middle. And finished off by Chang.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. Henson with the screen. Antetokounmpo kicks to Bledsoe. Poked away. Over Jones. The putback. Here's Henson. A beautiful reverse layup. Henson's got 9.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, it seems every season new records are set for the number of three-pointers made and attempted. It's proven to be successful, and of course, it is a copycat league. It's hard to know why it took so long for everyone to catch on, but now that they have, the effects continue to ripple throughout the league.
They sure have, David. Thank you. Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Eric Bledsoe. Shot clock at 6. Jang, no luck. Bucks leading by 11.
Amazingly, the Bucks, one of the slower teams in the league last season in terms of their pace. And when you're talking about a team with tremendous length and athleticism, you think that maybe speed would come along with it and that they get out and thrive in transition. Not the case last year.
Pushing it up. Here's Antetokounmpo. Rebound by Chang. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Wiggins passes to Jones. Here's Chang. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. And while we've got this moment here, now let's take a look at last season's leaders in converting turnovers into points. The Bucks second, in fourth, the Timberwolves.
And these are two teams that excel at punishing opponents for their mistakes. I mean, they certainly did that last season.
Here's Nunley, and he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Bucks, still a top 10 offense last season, got to the line in bunches.
Got to the line, got into the interior, got into the paint, but their outside shooting is still a concern, Kevin. When you're down a lot of points and you need to stretch out the defense to come back in games, it's not something that they could do last year. So maybe looking to pick up a few guys on their roster to help expand the three-point shooting game.
And so it's Milwaukee now after the basket by Minnesota. Zeller setting the pick for Brogdon. Off the screen, and it's blocked. Here's Wiggins. The second chance effort, and the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
Well, you go in there weak like that, and a guy like Giannis with his length is going to throw it away.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
And sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. He's got 27. The pass to Henson. Right side, Antetokounmpo. Passes to Henson. Three-pointer, Dellavedova. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Chang's got his 4th rebound in this one. Tolliver the pass to Nunley. The dish to Jones. Kicks to Jang. Wiggins outside. There's the pick. Off the pick. And Henson pulls it down. Henson's got his 6th rebound on the night.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Pretty effective floater there. Most point guards in the league have one of those in their bag of tricks. This time it's Brogdon.
Wiggins outside to the middle and stolen by Zeller. Antetokounmpo against Wiggins. A nice shot there by Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo's got 12 points here in the second half. Pass to Nunley. He kicks it to Tolliver. Antetokounmpo against Wiggins. Shoots from the baseline, and that one goes long.
Trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but thus far, not working.
Yeah, I hope it hasn't gone to his head. He may be trying too hard at this point.
Chang, the pass to Wiggins. The shot, no good. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. With 4 seconds on the clock, can't get the layup. It'll count. The shot, no good. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks. 13 points up at the end of the period. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Now let's hear what Coach Tom Thibodeau was reviewing with his team in the huddle.
Make sure we're talking on defense. Make sure we're talking, everyone get down. We got to be more active. We got to make some hustle plays. Trace the ball, read the ball, move on the fly to the ball. Everybody talk. We need some hustle plays.
Wanting his guys, clearly the message here to be more aggressive.
And demanding that they be better in every area of the game right now.
And we're getting underway here in the 4th quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. Jones and Wiggins, the backcourt. Anthony Tolliver out there with Taj Gibson. And it's Jang in at the 5. Home in the paint. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Now here's Wiggins. Following the miss by Giannis Antetokounmpo. Good on that shot. And with that, the Bucks' lead is cut to just 11 on the basket from Andrew Wiggins. Here's Antetokounmpo. Unloads from 13, and he gets the jumper to drop. Antetokounmpo's got 31 points.
Well, he's got a baton in the right hand as he's orchestrating what's going on. A maestro, if you will.
Gibson with the screen on Brogdon. Jones kicks to Gibson. Back to Jones. Shot clock at 6. Wiggins against Middleton, and they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And a quick look at how the Minnesota Timberwolves schedule is shaping up. On Monday, the Los Angeles Lakers will come into town. And then on Wednesday, they'll be matching up against Rudy Gobert and the Utah Jazz. Milwaukee leading by 13. Brogdon kicks to Ilyasova. Misses the 3.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
At the line for your Timberwolves, Tyus Jones. At the line for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Jones.
Well, the Bucks with the superstar talent in Giannis Antetokounmpo, the critical decision this summer for selecting a new coach came down to a very qualified one in Mike Budenholzer. And with all the options out there, 9 coaching changes, I think that Bud saw the opportunity in Milwaukee as being a great one to push this team a little bit forward. The talent on the roster tantalizing enough for him to head to Milwaukee after his stint in Atlanta.
And Mike Budenholzer, the 2015 Coach of the Year, 4 titles, Brent, as an assistant in San Antonio. How do you like the fit for him now in Milwaukee?
Well, I think that the players are going to really enjoy the attention to detail that Coach Bud and his entire staff who are coming with him will put into place. There's an efficiency with which they'll get the work done, and they're going to have to be thinking on their feet, learning a new offense and some things fundamentally on defense that he'll get them excited about.
Towns, the screen. High, arcing shot, second chance shot, and he sinks the layup. Towns has got 27.
Yeah, one of the few bright spots for his team. I mean, he's had a very efficient offensive performance.
No doubt without these contributions, they'd be in a much deeper hole in this one, no question.
Here's Lopez on the dunk by Lopez.
And haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
Towns, the screen. Okogie. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. Milwaukee leading by 13. The shot by Brogdon, wide open. No good with the triple. Outside Gibson. Here's Wiggins. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
That's his second personal foul. 2. At the line for your Timberwolves, Andrew Wiggins. At the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
That free throw missing. Rose is checked in for Jones. The Bucks also with the sub. Eric Bledsoe's checked in for Malcolm Brogdon. That one is no good. Bucks leading by 13. The shot by Middleton, wide open and good. You got the English that time as it falls.
You see how skilled Middleton is, ready to pull the trigger, and the defense is going to have to do better.
And it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Bledsoe. Wiggins against Antetokounmpo. Wiggins outside. Towns sets the pick for Wiggins. And he comes off the screen to bury the jump shot. Wiggins has got 4 points now in the quarter.
He has a very well-rounded offensive game. There's just no shortage of ways Wiggins has to punish an opponent, inside, outside, or otherwise.
Okogie. Wiggins trying to free himself up. From down in the low post, it goes.
And his teammates have to step up just a little bit more. He's been lights out. Needs a bit more support.
Middleton the pass to Lopez. Back to Middleton. Lets it go from deep. Nailed from three-point land. And the Bucks lead by 14. For Minnesota, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Okogie. Another shot. Tough sequence there. They just couldn't get it to fall.
And you're just not going to see him do that very often. Usually when he rises up, there's a guarantee it's going down.
And Giannis adding muscle to his frame for these types of situations. He'll keep getting bigger and stronger, but willing to take the hit. You think about a coach looking into the eyes of one of his players and telling him to match up with Giannis Antetokounmpo and all the things that he brings to the table. That's a long night of restlessness before you match up. Press up on him, he'll blow by you. In transition, he's at the rim in 2 dribbles. Tough to stop that kid.
That's good from Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo covers so much ground, Brent. He can almost go the entire length of the court in 2 dribbles.
But once he gets around towards the rim, his reach can make it seem like defenders aren't even there. Not just one defender, but multiple defenders. So it's unfair already, and you add that athleticism to what he can do. Wow, unstoppable offensive force.
2 shots.
The first one falls. Around the world, Brent, we've seen the NBA take a role in helping youngsters learn to play the game of basketball the right way.
So incredible what Basketball Without Borders has done with the NBA junior program expanding itself. Last year in Treviso, for the first time, the NBA doing a combine for EuroLeague players so they can start a database of the older professional, younger professional players playing overseas. It's a global game. Adam Silver is doing a remarkable job of promoting the game, and we're in a great place, Kevin.
There's the pick. Pass to Wiggins. Over onto Antetokounmpo. That one wide left.
And there might as well have been no guy up on the pick. Nothing happened there. Can't be surprised at the results.
Ilyasova a screen. Bledsoe with it. Back to Middleton. 6 on the shot clock. Lopez a screen. And that's good. Chris Middleton for 3. Middleton's got 10 points in just the second half.
This guy is just shredding the defense right now. He's hitting any shots he's putting up.
Back to Rose. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession. Milwaukee leading by 22. Bledsoe kicks to Ilyasova. To the paint. It's tipped. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession.
Bucks ball.
For Milwaukee, they've gone 7 of 11 from the floor in the final quarter so far. Been some solid looks for them. Here's Gibson. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Towns has got his 4th assist in this one.
Tough to throw Gibson off. When he's looking to score, he powers through whatever defense is there and gets it done.
Now here's Ilyasova. Dishes to Middleton. The rebound by Gibson. Gibson's got 4 rebounds in this game. Rose with the ball. Now guarded by Bledsoe. To the inside. Towns. Yes, that goes in. Towns has got 29.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Bledsoe passes to Lopez. And the foul on Andrew Wiggins. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Goes up to the stripe. Rebound, Minnesota. They'll face the Lakers after this one. That'll be at home. And that will be the middle game of this 3-game homestand. Gibson with the screen on Middleton. Okogie. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
One shot.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
Yeah, it's a good time to talk things over. Try to stop what's been a brutal run.
Yeah, he's got to use every device at his disposal at this point, and I think he wants to give other guys a breather right now.
Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
And this is exactly what a star player is supposed to do. Coming off a loss, he made sure they weren't going to make it 2 in a row. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Mike Budenholzer had some words for his team during the break. He told them, I don't want us to be satisfied yet. We can congratulate ourselves later, after we win. Right now, we have to close this one out. He doesn't seem to think this one's over yet, Kevin.
And it's Gibson finishing it off.
Well, at 6'9", Taj Gibson has the ability to get up there and throw it down.
Bucks leading by 13. Bledsoe kicks to Ilyasova. Lopez outside. Ilyasova a screen. Lopez passes to Antetokounmpo. Connects from three-point range. Antetokounmpo's got 39.
And they're just living beyond the arc here, really the entire fourth quarter.
Yeah, not a bad time to be ripping the nets from distance, piling up some major points here.
Towns, no luck.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Bledsoe, Lopez. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Bucks lead by 18.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Bledsoe kicks to Antetokounmpo. Yep, that one goes. Antetokounmpo's got 12 points now in the quarter.
He's hit the proverbial switch, effortlessly finding different ways to score.
Tipped away. Stolen by Bledsoe. And Bledsoe with the stuff.
Eric Bledsoe, if you're that athletic on the offensive end, why not on the D?
Timberwolves shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. Stolen by Bledsoe. To the middle, here's Ilyasova, and Gibson sends it back. On the wing, Wiggins. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Count it. He's got 21.
And he's had an excellent performance overall from the field.
Bledsoe kicks to Antetokounmpo, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah, easy call.
One team owner proposed that we should abolish the draft and have free agency for rookies, maybe giving lesser teams a bigger pool of money to spend. Just some of the ideas that these teams are in the league is throwing out there.
Well, that's an interesting idea. The one that I heard about last summer was in Houston trying to flip-flop free agency and the draft so that all of a sudden what you can do is draft players after it is that you've made all your free agent acquisitions, so you could draft positionally. You know you're set up for your team next year. And the more I've thought about that, Kevin, coming into the season, the more I like it. So we'll see what kind of traction that gets.
Both free throws good from Antetokounmpo.
And he's been to the line much more here than he was in that first half. He's not playing nearly as tentatively as he was earlier.
Now here's Towns. The pass to Middleton, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Middleton improving his game, improving his confidence, coming back after injury, and working to become better.
And the first one at the line is good.
And Chris Middleton 2 seasons ago tore his hamstring completely off the bone. I mean, he's come back and hasn't missed a beat. One of the most well-rounded players you'll see.
Middleton hits them both. And Chris Middleton with maybe, Greg, his best season yet in 2017-18.
It just seems like he gets better every year. A former second-round pick, now all-star caliber. He's worked extremely hard, stayed in the lab, and now we're seeing the results.
And the Timberwolves call time. The league and players union, Brent, both have expressed supporting guys who express their views and social concerns. You like that?
I think it's amazing the way the league has backed some of the avenues with which players have used their voices.
Embraced.
Well, extending well beyond just saying things, Kevin, because we know actions speak louder than words, and there are so many guys around our league that do important philanthropic work. But the fact that the league supports all of those things, the fact that you see Adam Silver show up at some of these events, or that there's press releases from the league office about some of the things guys are doing, there's amazing cohesion when it comes to the league and its players, because they understand that everything that they're doing has such a significant impact in the communities in which they live in and around the game with which we all love.
Well said. Here's the screen. It's deflected. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession. So both teams making some changes here. And it's Milwaukee's ball. They're on a 13-4 run right now. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. And they double up on Antetokounmpo. 1:41 left in the fourth quarter. Nunley's shot is good.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Milwaukee leading by 20. Now here is Dellavedova. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Commissioner Adam Silver has balanced his comments between wanting parity, Brent, and recognizing there are always going to be super teams. Is there middle ground there?
Is there middle ground?
I don't know.
I don't think so. You would like to have some of the teams just be more competitive than they are, but some of the creative, circuitous routes that teams have taken to put themselves into position to get better, younger talent has decimated.
What do you call that?
I don't have a term for it.
Okay.
I don't like the one that's used, so I don't have a term for it. Let's just call it setting yourself up for the future, Kevin.
Looking ahead.
Yes, exactly. So I just don't think you'll ever get it. You do hope that some of the starving franchises do have some success for the fans who have they've had to bear a lot. So you root for them.
Taj Gibson's checked in for the Timberwolves. Good on both. So it's Minnesota now.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Bucks.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And he was remarkable. Absolutely destroyed the opposition. Any matchup he had tonight, it felt like he was going to dominate.
Tyus Jones, he's checked in for Minnesota. The Bucks also with the sub. Connaughton's checked in. 40 seconds left in the game. Dellavedova from outside. No good. Gibson against Zeller. Gibson passes to Nunley. Outside, Jones. Passes it to Gibson. 5 on the clock. Over Zeller. The Timberwolves again can't hit. And here is Dellavedova. Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Jones. And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Eric Bledsoe. Eric, a strong performance tonight. What's been the difference?
We're getting out in transition, trying to get defensive stops. And everybody's just playing their game.
And it showed tonight, Eric. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David. Great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. See you later.